Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching this recording. My name is Jennifer Marks. I'm the sole librarian at the Copper Hill Public Library. So, since I'm the only one here, if anything needs to get done to keep the library running, it has to be me. That may sound familiar to many of you watching this. If you're a small business owner, you may have to be jack of all trades sort of thing where you do everything. Now, while my library is not a business in the traditional sense, I don't have to rely on charging customers to survive. I do many things that businesses have to do to attract and connect with customers. I have to show that the library is a useful community resource worthy of continued funding because a public library, we get our funding from the city. And so we need the community support. Some of the services I would do would be like product development. That would be my collection, the library's collection of the books, um, DVDs, magazines. Maybe you have some technology like laptops. Also have services delivered. That could be the programming. That's the events maybe you hold. Could be having like a maker space. Could be copy print services. I have to market my services and products. So I have to do marketing. That could be flyers within the library for those who are already here. It could be partnering with community organizations to get the word out. Could be using social media, combination of all that. But today I want to do a quick overview of YouTube and how you can use YouTube to actually grow your business. So today we're actually going to briefly discuss how to set up a YouTube channel and tips on how to make good creative videos. Now, this recording is not meant to be all encompassing or answer every question you may have about this, but it's basically serve as a way to dip your toe into the many lessons that Google offers online for free to small business owners, entrepreneurs, job seekers, students, and educators to grow their digital skills. My hope is that after watching this recording, you'll be encouraged to look at those other lessons and pick and choose to complete the ones that best suit your needs. So before we begin on YouTube, I just want to mention what some of those other resources are. So there's Primer, which is actually an app you can download on your smartphone or tablet that provides 5-minute business and marketing lessons on your phone. So you can learn wherever and whenever you choose. Small Solves is a series of quick help videos that answer questions to help you make the most of digital tools. It could be stuff from starting a live stream to updating your business profile. Applied Digital Skills, where you could actually teach. So if you had staff you want to teach, and you can also learn to practice digital skills using a free product-based video curriculum. It's a subset of videos you'd be watching or having your staff watch to develop the skills. Skillshop, you can master Google tools used at work with free online training. You develop these skills, you can apply them right away with e-learning courses designed by Google product experts. You learn at your own pace, so you can actually get Google product certified as well. So that'd be good if you're a job seeker. You might get some certifications to help you go into new areas. Grow with Google provides free training, tools, and resources to help grow your skills, career, or business. And then a relatively new one is Grow My Store. That one is if you have a retail website, they'll actually analyze that retail website and give you an overall score and offer you detailed insights and recommendations to help strengthen your business. So that's a good evaluation one if you already have a website. But today we're going to focus on YouTube. So I'm sure many of you most of you probably have heard of YouTube. It's where people go to watch videos. It has over 2 billion monthly logged in users. These users watch approximately 1 billion hours of video per day. YouTube is where people discover 68% of YouTube users watch YouTube to help them make a purchase decision, which is where you go in line with your business. So by the end of this workshop, you're going to have a good idea of how to build a channel if you don't already have one, and how to create videos. So as I mentioned, YouTube is where people engage, people watch videos. You can use that focused interest to help grow your business. So when you're thinking about how you want to use a YouTube channel, you got to think about what would be the purpose. What's your marketing strategy? So usually it says stuff like building awareness. That means yours be able to recall and recognize your brand, product, or service after watching the video. You want to influence their consideration. Viewers will consider purchasing your product or service after watching your videos. You want to drive online or offline sales. So they're more likely to visit your website or your storefront or purchase your products after watching the videos. You want to grow loyalty. They'll be more likely to recommend your brand, product, or service to others after watching your video. So those are maybe some good objectives you may want to have in mind. So to get started, what you're actually going to do is create an account. So you're actually going to go to youtube.com and you're going to sign in. Now you will need a Google account. So if you have a Gmail account, you already have one already. If you don't, they are free. I'd recommend you set one up. I would actually recommend you have one set up that's specifically used for your business. I mean, you could have one for a personal one and use both, but then you kind of have to worry about mixing both, especially with both. If maybe you yourself do want to be the one controlling this, if you want to maybe have a employee or a volunteer, maybe a family member who feels a little bit more tech savvy for you, which you don't need to. These are pretty easy to do. You can do it yourself. But maybe you want to have someone else control. So then in that case, you probably would want a business Google account. The thing with the Google account, it actually does let you do other Google products, which is like Gmail, that's the email. There's Google Drive, cloud service. Of course, YouTube. There's also Google Doc Sheets. Other products that you can create content as well. So basically, after signing up for YouTube, and you sign up with your Google account, that will sign you in. So then what you're going to want to do is create your channel. So there should be a circle at the top right of your profile photo, and there'll be a drop down, and there'll be actually a thing that says create a channel. So here's an example of what it might look like. Click on the circle, you should have a drop down and say create a channel. If you don't see create a channel, it might be that you already have one. So you're going to create, once you create a channel, you want to type a channel name. Most likely this might be the name of your business, so you want something that customers recognize. So I wouldn't go something completely different. Your business name could be a shortened part of your business name maybe, but it should be something that they can recognize associated with your business. You want to upload a profile picture. That could be your logo, maybe an image of a product you sell. It could be maybe the picture of the storefront if you have a physical store. Basically, you have to remember that people, when they watch your videos, they're going to see that profile picture next to your channel name. So you want something that looks good. To use kind of you want something that looks good, that looks professional. You don't want, really ugly or weird looking photo that has nothing to do with your business or channel. And then you're going to want to actually write a description. That's where you tell viewers about what your channel is. It's going to show up in the search results, and it's visible in the About tab in your YouTube channel. You want to be descriptive within this area. The more information description you have about your products and services, the better. So this is where you can really get into, what your business is, your little history about your business, kind of what products or services you offer, as well as if you want to mention a little bit about, if your staff is an important part of your business, maybe you want to mention a little bit about them, and maybe why you're doing this channel. It's going to have you could have, if you have a website, it will allow you to add your website URL to it, and any social media links that you may have. You could have those so you connect people to the different ways you connect with them. Now, once you've actually created your channel, then you're going to want to customize your channel. So you'll customize this by, one is channel art. It's going to show as like a background or banner at the top of your YouTube page. So it's different from the picture. Here it's going to be like a banner this way. So you're actually going to want to, when you choose it, you may want to see what it looks like on different devices. So you may want to upload something, see how it looks on a desktop or laptop. Maybe get out a tablet, see how it looks on a tablet when you do it that way. Get out a mobile phone, your smartphone, see how it looks like that way. Because if you have really large images, it's going to look different because it's going to cut down depending on the screen. So you may have something that looks really good banner on a desktop, but maybe looks really bad on a smartphone. So you're going to want to choose something that looks good across different different media. You can also add sections. That's going to help organize your videos. So maybe you have different types of videos, which we'll get into in a moment. And so you may want to add the 10 sections. I mean, you can add up to 10 sections. So you want to have these different sections that help organize what type of video you're doing. Then, of course, you're also going to be able to have, there's a button that's going to be over here where you could actually upload a video or go live. Now, I'm going to be talking more about the content you're creating. So I'm thinking of more of uploading one because you may want to edit it, but you can actually go live. So if you're having some sort of special event, there is a way to click it. You have a nice camera to go live and just video, what's happening right then. But you're only going to have probably certain events that you go live. Most of your videos are probably going to be uploaded because you'll probably want to shoot them and edit them. So that's where a lot of that stuff is going to be located on the screen like that. Let's get into content. So when you're thinking of content, here's some questions you want to ask. What story do you want to tell? Who should star in your video? How can you best capture the sights and sounds of your video? And then once you've shot everything, what's the best way to edit it? So starting from the top there, just so you know, technology today allows really anyone can make a video. You don't have to be some 500, top 500 company to make a video. If you have a smartphone, cameras, if there's a camera, smartphone, you can shoot from there if you need to. And you do not need a entire team of people to create this. You can do it yourself. And there are actually, we mentioned editing, there is some free or cheap editing software available online as well. You could find if you need to, once you get to that point. But YouTube is not a platform where only the large brands advertise. So small businesses, perfectly fine to do this yourself. And when you think about, before you're shooting a video, you want to think of certain things. What is the purpose of your video? Are you creating to engage and build a connection with your audience? Will help inspire people to feel good about your brand? Does this inform your unit to inform so people see you as an expert? So you're thinking of that, you may think of some ideas. So maybe what's the process for your service? Like what would a customer do when they contact you? You may do a video like kind of about that. How does your product work? Maybe you show the product you use. How is your product made? Maybe you're proud of certain vendors you use. Maybe you use all locally sourced products. Maybe your restaurant uses locally sourced, produce and stuff. You want to mention that in the video, you could do that. Um, or maybe you buy products from family-owned businesses in the area for years and years, and you want to mention that. What makes you stand out from other businesses? How is your business different from another similar business? Maybe you'll make some how-to videos. Example would be maybe your restaurant, you have a chef. Your chef can maybe show the difference between dicing and chopping and kind of show that. It presents the chef as an expert and gets people connected to your restaurant. Maybe your personal trainer, you can maybe do a quick exercise for those desk jockeys. People sit at their desks all days. You can just mention, hey, you're stuck at your desk every hour. Maybe you should get up for 5 minutes, and here's a good stretch you can do that helps. And that gets them thinking of you as an expert, and maybe they'd want to then buy your services. You can also do is kind of a more popular thing now is an unboxing video. Maybe you have a new product, you can show it coming in and unboxing it to reveal that product. Those are some ideas, and that would be that would help you decide what story you want to tell based on kind of what your marketing strategy is with that video, as well as who should star in it. Depends on what story you're telling. Now you want to think of the presentation of this. Part of that is the sights and sounds of your video. You got to think of lighting and sound. Lighting is usually better if it's natural light for a lot of videos versus artificial, but I understand sometimes you have to do artificial. You want to make sure you're recording in a place that you don't have a lot of background noise. So being outside may not be a good idea necessarily to record unless you're going to record without sound and add maybe some music in the background later, then it really doesn't matter. For the message you're doing, you want to share a clear, concise message to your viewers. You want to make a strong impression within the first 5 to 15 seconds. That way the viewer wants to continue to watch. And your video, don't think of these as they shouldn't be an overt sales pitch. They can steer conversation to deliver a timely offer or provide a call to action, but they shouldn't be so obviously a sales pitch as come buy this product. You can be showcasing your product. You can be showcasing your service and how it is. You can showcase yourself as an expert. So you encourage people to buy your product, but don't be necessarily selling. And then, you also got to think of editing after you've thought of your video. There may be some editing you need to do, especially if it's not a live video. It's when you're going to upload. And there are products you can look for online that are either free or cheap that you can edit. Now, the ones that are more free are going to be a little bit more difficult probably to use versus the ones that maybe you pay for. So keep that in mind when you're shooting. Maybe start out simple, ones where you don't need a lot of editing too. Well, that was just a quick overview, but if you want to learn more, I'm going to include a link to all the resources I mentioned at the top of this video in the description. Feel free to look at those, and hopefully you can grow some business. Now, if you have any questions for me, I am available as well. I want to thank you for your time. But I can always be reached as well at email at cockerellhilllibrary@gmail.com or by phone 214-330-9935 or across the library social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And we do have a YouTube channel, which actually I can show you real quick. Here is the library's YouTube channel, what it looks like when I'm logged in. So there's our art there. You can customize it, and here's some videos that I've done. You can organize them, by playlists and such. And here's what I'd click if I wanted to create a video or upload it. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a good day.